to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they are supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono, and this morning we are going to be looking at the Presidential CEOs Forum celebrating 5 years and the 7th biannual private sector CEOs retreat that will be happening on the 21st of August this very year at State House in Entebbe. And joining me on set, I have two guests with me this morning. I have Douglas Opio, who is a board member of the Presidential CEO Forum, PCF. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Robert. Pleasure to be here.
And at the extreme end, I have Chobe Godfrey, who is the Human Resource Manager of Wontake Group. Chobe, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Decker.
It's a pleasure having you too. Now, let me begin with Douglas. When we talk about the CEOs Forum, the Presidential CEOs Forum, what is this all about?
Thank you so much, Robert. The Presidential CEO Forum was established by the President himself. The intention was to bridge that gap between the private sector and the public sector, but also to have an opportunity for the head of state to directly interface with CEOs. So the entity was established almost semi-autonomous. It works independent of the President's office, but works very closely with CEOs both from the private sector and then also leaders within government.
Okay, now that takes me to Chobe. In Take Group, where had you come into the picture?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Ntake group started as an idea with the two founders, Mama Edith Lule and Oweekitiibwa Dr. Kaloni Gasta Lule Ntake. They started, the idea started from their home, that is Najana Nkumbi, in a small house. And now we have 6 branches in major cities in Uganda, that is Masaka. We have Kampala na Lukolongo at our head office, Lira, Mbale, Mbalala, and so on and so forth. So from that dream of bread, now we expanded to a flour mill, which is located in Nalukolonga. And from flour mill, since we use the cooking oil, now we have edible oil refinery located in Namave Industrial Business Park. So briefly, we are now into different ventures, and we have different entities.
So you've been expanding. And so now that is why you're on the CEO's Forum, the Presidential CEO's Forum.
Yeah.
Now, sorry again, I'll ask you, as Ntake Group, because I'm trying to create a picture for the people to understand a company worth being on this platform. How many Ugandans, or how many are you employing? An estimate?
Right now, from the house, the two founders, some years, 45 years back, they recruited other 15. But at the moment, we employ over 2,000 employees.
2,000?
2,000 employees in Uganda.
That is quite a big number.
Yeah.
Now I'll come back to Douglas, who is a member of the board of directors of the Presidential CEO's Forum. When you talk about this forum, what kind of CEO qualifies? Because I may be a CEO of some, you know, Ugandans we easily name, and we love titles. We name companies, not even anywhere formally listed, but I'm a CEO, and I own this company. So who qualifies?
Yeah, so you're very right, Robert. Credibility is very important, given that we are interfacing directly with the head of state. So the approach that the Presidential CEO Forum uses, it works with business associations. Like in my case, I'm coming from the Federation of Uganda Employers. We have membership also from the Manufacturers Association, CASITA as well. So your credibility, we are assisted to understand whether you're a credible business through your trade association. So as the Presidential CEO Forum, we are not an association which is actively recruiting membership. We are not actively recruiting membership, but we are creating a database of credible CEOs across the country in various sectors, but working through specific trade associations. And then our initiatives, from time to time, it depends on the relevance for a particular engagement. Just to give you, for instance, Ntake Bakery. Just about 2 weeks ago, we were doing a tour, what we call information tours. So visiting local manufacturers to try and understand what manner of support do they require so that their businesses can be scaled up. The head of state is very keen on expanding industrialization. You have heard his message repeatedly that we want import substitution. As much as possible, we should be producing the goods that we require here and not importing a lot. Secondly, we are exporting jobs whenever we export raw materials. So we then bring on board basically all CEOs that are credible, irrespective of size. So the Presidential CEO Forum embraces all CEOs, right from the small and medium enterprises to large ones as well, both local companies and foreign companies. So we have them in our engagements, like the example I'm giving of information tours, but also twice a year, we have what we call the Presidential CEO Retreat Program, which is basically our flagship program. This flagship program is intended for businesses, for employers to have direct interface with the head of state so that they can present what are their business constraints and what support do they require from the head of state. So basically what I'm saying, be a credible business, meaning you're paying your taxes, meaning you're registered with NSSF, meaning you are registered with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. By the way, we work also with the Uganda's Registration Services Bureau. We have what we call the legal trade help desk, where we help even the small ones, those who want to join us, but they're not formal. We help them through the registration process. So basically, all CEOs qualify. You only have to be a credible business.
You only have to be a credible business. And now, since I have a specimen with me on set, I'll go to Ntake.
Please.
Now, let's look at it. Talked of two things. One, tax compliant as Ntake Group. How are you doing in that area? If you're at liberty to say something.
When it comes to tax, since I've mentioned that now we have developed and we are now in major regions in Uganda, we pay tax, that is pay. We contribute also to income tax and VAT. We import raw materials. All those as in Turkey, we have to contribute to income tax and so on and so forth. So we are compliant. All our employees, those people I've mentioned, and the concepts I've talked about, we pay as you earn.
Now that also takes me, he said on their information tour they were looking at some areas where these local investors need help. I know the powers that be are watching and listening. As in Turkey, I've given you an opportunity on this show. What is that you feel you need a hand, that as these are going to come up with their report to forward for you, can mention that here?
Last week they had a visit at our refinery in Namave, and our managing director requested the government, and even to them here to request the government, if it is possible, they can avail us with land, and we so that we can put our palm oil plantation. This palm oil plantation will help us in order to get raw materials, what we are exporting, the crude palm oil, to at least we can get here, and we employ many Ugandans. So the moment we come up with a palm oil plantation, it will employ like 500 Ugandans. That is job creation, and we shall be in position to pay taxes, among others. So we appeal to the government, if it is possible, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, you give us land, and we shall be in position to develop and get our own palm oil plantation.
So there is need for space so that you can be able to plant more. Now, coming back to the Presidential CEOs Forum, 5 years is what you're going to be celebrating as a major achievement of existence. What is the celebration going to be like before you even go to the retreat?
Thank you so much. So first of all, the first point of celebration is looking back at the 5 years and seeing what have we achieved. What have we achieved? So we intend to be showcasing our achievements over the past 5 years. And I would gladly mention some of them. One of them, for instance, all businesses, when you speak to a businessman, top 3 complaints they will raise to you, the first one is capital. Now, they complain about the cost of capital, that the interest rates are so high, interest rates are so exorbitant. One of the things that we engaged around was the issue of private equity funds. can't we attract investors? Can we attract funders from abroad into our economy so that our people can have access to cheap capital? They can have the capital, either low interest capital, or somebody can actually buy equity in their business for a period of time, let's say 10 years. But at that point, the person might want to exit the Ugandan market. The concern most of them were raising before is that we are taxing them for this money. I'm bringing money into your economy, but you are taxing me. During the Presidential CEO Forum, we engaged with the Ministry of Finance and other key stakeholders and presented the matter to the President that we want private equity funds to be exempt when they're exiting, because they're giving us the cheap capital which our businesses lack. Unfortunately, the good part of it, this was approved by the head of state. So as I speak now, any investor, anybody with money that wants to invest in Ugandan businesses, you are sure that you will not be taxed. Bring as much money as you would like. The Ugandans, being engineers, we are the most entrepreneurial in the world, by the way. Being very good entrepreneurs, will make the most of that money, create value in our economy, but the money can go tax-free. The other issue is the issue of electricity, the issue of energy. A lot of businesses repeatedly raised that they're paying way too much expenses as a result of the cost of power, but also as a result of the challenge of reliability. I can say that as I speak now, the industries have access to low-cost energy, actually at only 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Only 5 cents. It's one of the lowest in Africa, so to speak. So we have seen that that has been done. It's currently when you go to most of these industrial parks, they are rolling it, of course, in phases, but at least now companies, industrialists have access to low-cost energy. In terms of access to capital, not just looking at private equity, but there has been recapitalization of the Uganda Development Corporation. We have also seen a recapitalization of Uganda Development Bank. By the way, if you're an SME out there, the government has put more money into Uganda Development Bank, and it's just 12%, one of the lowest in the economy. And you can have access. Their processes were a little long. It was 45 days of processing. We pushed that those days should be brought to 30, and I know progressively that's what they're working on. We have engaged on the issue of infrastructure, including within the industrial parks. A number of parks, industrialists were complaining accessibility within the industrial parks were a problem, but if you look now, for instance, at Namamva, which is very close to us, it has changed a lot. So that's the first thing we are celebrating, achievements. Coordination within government has improved tremendously. You can't imagine, we have had over 40 resolutions ever since we started, but as I speak now, about 90% of those resolutions have been embraced by government and implemented. Some of them have also been integrated in the National Development Plan 4, the current National Development Plan. So we are here to celebrate these achievements. In the area of e-mobility as well, we have seen removal of taxes on parts that are used in the manufacturing of electric vehicles in the country. By the way, we were the pioneer in Africa as far as e-mobility is concerned. Now we have a fully fledged plant, industrial plant in Jinja, and as PCF, we have contributed to supporting the growth of this industry. So we, over these 5 years, we are celebrating these achievements.
Yeah. Very impressive to hear the various contributions of the Presidential CEOs Forum, what they have done to ease work and to create that conducive environment for more investment to come in. Now, going back to Chobe, when you talk about Ntake Group, of course, you've given us how it expanded. What have been those challenges that we can understand? Maybe they could even be similar. You're all working under the same environment. What are those challenges, Chobe?
Well, I'm going to capitalize more on a space for industrialization. In Inamambe, we are lucky that we managed to get the space, and now we are yearning to expand more. So if in line with the concept of space, we get, because we need to expand in Namambe more. Right now we are constructing a new mill in Inamambe, flour mill. So it is also going to contribute a lot to the economic of the country. So and now we are yearning for palm oil plantation space land. The moment we get that, we shall be in position to progress and employ more Ugandans.
So land is also another factor that is not easy to come by people in this sector. Now let's also look at the 7th CEO retreat. What is this all about?
Thank you so much. So the retreat will focus a lot on our industrialization agenda, more specifically our tenfold growth agenda.
Which is part of the theme.
Yeah, it's part of the theme. So we are focusing on how can we accelerate industrialization, how can we ensure that we promote more trade, even across the region. We will be also joined by Kasita. Specifically, there are members from the trade association from Mbarara within the network of the traders. One of the ambition of the president has always been, how can we convert our traders into producers, into manufacturers? And we have seen a number of traders taking that route. Instead of us being a net importer, importing everything, a single thing from abroad, we could build ourselves into industrialists. So the main focus is how can we achieve the tenfold growth. So moving from the 50 billion US dollars to 500 billion US dollar economy.
And that brings me more on the theme, which is amplifying Uganda's industrialization agenda for a tenfold growth. Growth is very important, but we want to multiply our economy times 10, and that is the theme for today. From policy advocacy to manufacturing and value addition acceleration. So that is the theme as the CEOs Forum, the Presidential CEOs Forum, marks 5 years of existence. So we've noted of the achievements, but let's also look at the outstanding challenges as a board member of this forum.
Thank you so much. So in terms of challenges, we have managed to bring the cost of electricity down. But the industrialists are still concerned about the stability, the reliability of the power. So we still have a challenge that the power is available more cheaply, but it's unstable. It's on and off. So we still have industrialists who are still running on generators. This shouldn't be happening. And you know, when you are in a manufacturing process, any power disruption, any power surge is costly in terms of machinery. It could break down in terms of the time that you lose. So that's still a challenge. Secondly, we are still having a challenge of capital. In as much as we are seeing capital increasingly more available, the industrialists still say we want patient capital. I want somebody to invest money in my business, or I want capital that I can pay, for instance, over 20 years. I don't want capital only for 5 years and then I have to repay it back. Basically, I wouldn't have made much out of that. So capital still remains a challenge. The other is the issue of infrastructure. A lot of our businesses want to access outside markets. But because we are a country that is landlocked, it's very difficult for them to take their product in a competitive way to outside markets. Just imagine South Sudan alone. Just next to the border, but you're literally taking 10 hours or more to just move across the border. If we add a railway connectivity, for instance, that market would be easily accessed. The same thing, we are bringing a lot of things from Kenya and from Tanzania, but the cost of road transport is very high. So logistics still remains a challenge. The other one, which is still a challenge, but government is now working on it very much, is the issue of the skills of our people. Because industries grow because of the skills and competences of the people. Machines don't run themselves. People do run machines, and that way people build economies, not machines. Yeah, so we have seen the government working on that. We have seen the TVET reform, which the law was passed already last year. The Skilling Uganda reform, that reform is already ongoing. So hopefully within the coming years, it should be, we would be seeing more and more skilled Ugandans taking up jobs in our industries.
Very interesting there, knowing that, yes, the skills, the government has looked into that, and we believe very soon these expatriates brought to operate these machines will be no more in these factories when we move around. Now, allow me to go for a break. We'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner. In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shape our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you for keeping it on UBC TV. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono, that is in case you have just joined. And with me, I have Chove Godfrey, who is the Human Resource Manager in Ntake Groups, which is a member of the Presidential CEOs Forum. And I also have Douglas Opio, a board member of the CEOs Forum, with me. We are looking at 5 years of the Presidential CEOs Forum, and of course, also they will have a retreat therein for the members. Now, coming back to Chobe from Ntake Group, one of the groups on this forum. Chobe, we've known Ntake Group for bread.
Yeah, true. Majority.
And now we are talking of other products offset. You are mentioning some of the products. You also mentioned of the expansions in some other areas. Yes, I also give you this opportunity as well. How have you evolved over time?
Thank you. In Ntake, we are majoring in 4 main ventures. I'll start with the bakeries. So our bakeries are all over the country. And I mentioned we have a Nalukolongo bakery. Nalukolongo bakery serves the central region. And even we have Masaka bakery, which serves, it is now also in the central region. We have Mbarara bakery. People of Mbarara, they enjoy our bread so much. Also, we have in northern Uganda, where we have Ntake bakery Lila. So that group also is catered for. Not only Lila, we have also Ginger. This side of Ginger, they enjoy our bread a lot, and Mbale. So when you talk about Ntake bakeries, those are the main 6 entities or branches we have in Uganda. And not only that, we have another venture. We have now manufacturing. In manufacturing, I'll start with Ntake Edible Oil Refinery, which is located in Namave Industrial Business Park. Ntake Edible Oil Refinery started, we started production last year in August, and we employ over 300 employees there. So there we have 3 main products. Then we have cooking oil, we have soap, and we have margarine. All those products, Uganda, we actually all Ugandans to start enjoying and using our products. From refinery side, edible oil refinery side, we have flour mill. If you are using, if you go to flour mill industry, I think this is the company which has the best flour, that is Kaswa. And most of the bakeries in Uganda, they mix our Kaswa with other, if they tend to buy from other companies, but they mix our flour with the kaswa and many other products. That is the flour mill. From there, we have also concrete batching plant. So for a concrete batching plant, when it comes to, you know, when you are in heavy investment, you need to expand and build. So from there, an idea, we had to build our own projects, but also we sell to other Ugandans. So if you need concrete, we are here, and we are the best in Uganda with our Gadith investments, and that is a batching plant. It will give you the best concrete in Uganda. Not only that, we are into also estates, real estates, and I will not elaborate more on that. So that is in Turkey, and we are expanding and expanding more.
Now that explains why you are a member of the Presidential CEOs Forum. Sure. Now, getting back to Opio, how are you planning to make CEOs more active? Because most of these people, you see them have representatives. A man starts now when you talk of CEOs Forum, apart from when they're invited to come, of which even sometimes the CEOs may not come, may send representatives. Yet this was targeted for them. So how are you planning to have them more active, more participating?
First of all, I want to say we have been very fortunate, maybe because we have the blessings of the head of state. We have been very fortunate. The participation level of the CEOs, generally we are having around 95% of people who participate at our forum are CEOs, so the participation has generally been good. But to expand our database so that we are no longer just focusing on a tiny group of CEOs who are well informed, we have started to build a national CEO database. And if you're out there watching as a CEO, please get onto the website of the Presidential CEO Forum. You'll be in a position to register yourself as a CEO, and that then should provide an opportunity for you to receive information from us, and then hopefully in future activities you would be involved. So besides the biannual retreat is structured with the head of state. So that's an exclusive interface with the head of state. But besides that, we also have legal clinics, so where we move to specific regions and meet with businesses, provide business advisory services to them, and any support that they may require. One of which my brother here spoke about it. We also have information tours. So invite us. If you want us to come and look at your operations, you could be a group of businesses, you could be operating within an industrial park, we would be happy to come to you, see what you're doing, and how the government can support your business to grow.
Very interesting there, because indeed you talked of having them onto this. Now, still going back to Turkey, a group of companies, what have you benefited from being a member of the Presidential CEOs Forum as a group?
Now, we are so grateful that last week they visited us. That is a mileage on our side. And in case if all our challenges, we address to them. So we hope that they help us so that they inform the concerned parties or people so that our challenges are looked into, so that the company we can progress as we address them all those challenges.
And Robert, if you allow just to compliment my brother. So when we do, for instance, the information tours, we do a high-level information tour. Meaning we have, like for instance, when we need immediately, for instance, the infrastructure within us to deal with the issues on spot, but also carry forward the policy-related issues.
Okay, now just in the interest of time, very soon we have to go to Parliament for committees, and we'll be connecting there. Let me just give each of my guests a minute or two for their parting shot, beginning with my brother from Muntake Group.
Yeah, we are so grateful for this opportunity, and I would like to send greetings to our bosses, which team were currently Dr. Gastalule Ntake. I'm so grateful that you trusted me to come and represent the company. Mama Edith Rule, we are so grateful, and the entire team at work. I know they are in different regions. They are watching us, so we are so grateful.
Okay, now Douglas, as rewind up, also include the CEO's run. What is it going to be and when? Briefly, you must say to Parliament.
Thank you so much. Soon we shall be having the presidential CEO retreat, the 7th one. It will take place on 21st August. Attendance is by invitation, so CEOs will receive invites from us. And if you are out there as CEO, please sign up, go on our website, the Presidential CEO Forum website. There you'll be able to sign up as a CEO, but you will also have the opportunity to find more about the CEO run on the website. All the best and have a great day. God bless you.
Well, thank you so much, Chobe and Douglas. We've been looking at 5 years of the Presidential CEOs Forum, and of course I've been having Chobe from Muntake Group, one of the companies in this forum, and Douglas, who happens to be a board member of the CEOs Forum. Have the best of your day. We move to Parliament for committees.